Hi, good evening. How are you? Okay, I am making quickly another video, lot quicker than I'm used to. Um, I'm changing places because I'm looking for better lighting in my apartment, if that's possible. So the dragon is here, but you can't see him because I'm sitting in a different chair, but you can watch this angel coming out of a flame, which is quite fitting for what I'm gonna say. So yeah, I don't know how much you're gonna see it because I'm gonna lower down it and focus it a little bit. Okay. Anyways, you know what it is. Okay, I wanted to make this video with not as long pause as I did in the previous ones in between my two videos because I have some information that I want you to get this week that I mentioned in my Serbian video. And yeah, that there's my staff, my cane. It's here. It didn't go anywhere. I just didn't have the place to keep it, to hold it. Because I'm still in the middle of works. I still don't have enough furniture around here. So, yeah, and I have less space than usually. So that's why my cat just joined us. But you can't see her now. Okay, I have some announcements to make. I made those announcements in my Serbian video. And although it's been a couple of days only, some things have cleared. And yeah, I've had some problems and they keep changing every week because I'm doing some work on myself. And they obviously tend to manifest in a different way. So firstly, I want to make an announcement that I'm not going to be making these videos anymore. Well, I'm not saying that I'm not going to make them at all. I will, but it's going to change. It's going to be different. It's not going to be as often, maybe once a month, or when I have something really, really important, when I'm pushed to tell you something really important. There are several reasons for it. One of those reasons is that last week, just a day before making a video, a day when I was planning to make a video, uh, I had a lightning bolt. Well, not a yes, a literal one, but not the one from natural disasters, from a storm. We were doing some work in the house. I had a friend helping me, and we were placing something on the wall, and we hit something, and there was like a lightning came out, which I felt here. It happened twice, and he didn't feel anything, although there is a little scorch on the wall. And I felt really well. I was unfunctional. I was not functional. So yeah, I had a headache, very big, massive one. I had something on my head, and then I think what happened was that somebody was trying to open a portal. I mean, it's like it seems like an accident could happen to anybody, but my friend didn't feel anything, and he was the one holding the drill, so he was the one who should have been feeling, the hit, but he didn't. He didn't feel anything. And when I said I have a headache and I'm not feeling well, he thought that I just got upset, which I was, but it's not about that. I was physically unwell, and I literally had a lightning go through me. I felt it go through my left side. This is not the first time. Once, I mean, I'm talking about the good ones, because there's, I mean, I've been working on that day, those days on my abilities coming back. So when you're working, when you're asking for abilities to come back, just make sure to also include the part of you being taught slowly and gently how to use them, so that you don't hurt yourself, or something, or destroy things in the process. And it happened to me a couple of more times. In my previous flat, I had electricity and blow up, and tech, and light bulbs, and light and fuses blow up, which was not always because of a good lightning, but that's another story. But yeah, and then I had a couple of those ones, short circuits, when I was preparing for workshops, and even had it in my hometown, which I have never had in my entire life. And I know that it's because of it, because I was just preparing for the workshop, and I went to switch a light on the bathroom, and there was a lightning through the and it blew up the chandelier. So it's not the first time, and it can get quite dangerous with me. But this one was a black lightning, though, and that one is not the first one. I have been shot by a black lightning before, but I was, as much as I saw, I escaped, though. Otherwise, I wouldn't be sitting right here now. I thought they were aiming somebody else, because I was preparing to go for a workshop, and I thought it was meant to distract and disable the one who was leading it. But no, they were aiming me. I was being aimed at. And that I discovered later on, when I saw myself when I'm doing some things with my hand on the screen, on some ship. And yeah, the same event, the same actors, and it was like, it was written reconnecting. So yeah, the lightning was black, looked like a snake, black snake, and was bomb, like a top lead bomb, that when it hits the ground, and it creates a lot of destruction. And it works on an astral plane, and it's technology. It's alien technology. I don't mind even now what you're gonna think about it. This is why I'm wearing this. I have been told that I need to speak my truth, and I have this externally so that I internalize it a bit more. Because although you think that I have been very open in my videos and in my talks, I actually haven't. Because I haven't been mentioning everything and everyone that I know is involved in what I'm telling you. And I haven't been actually mentioning everything about myself that I know, with a reason, because I have not been allowed to do so. Partially because I did not believe it, and partially because I haven't been allowed, and partially because I'm really trying not to speak from the altars that we create while we're trying to escape our pain. And this is one of the things that I'm doing at the moment. I'm working on my pain book of insults. I'm doing some different kind of therapy for myself now, with somebody who is an ascension guide, who has been there and came back. When I say there, I mean New Earth. And she's, as much as I understood, she holds the brain and helps people who are supposed to awaken to that reality. That doesn't mean that I have not visited it and been there, came back, but I'm discovering different things. I'm having flashes and memories of some things, some difficult things, and I needed help, and I had so many distractions in that, and yeah. Anyways, this is one, and this is the other. So it's two books already. It's my 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 book of insults, because my task was to write everything that has hurted me in my life so far. Because the first thing that this woman, when she told me when I was speaking about some of the things that happened to me, and the way I feel, which is that I'm not being acknowledged and seen properly, is she told me she sees me very well, and she sees that I'm crying because of everything I have been through, which is true. And I need to be vulnerable, and being vulnerable also means really speaking your truth and really speaking of how you feel. Yes, I help other people a lot with that, and I'm very successful at it. But I have had so many attacks and so many attempts of being devalued because of it that I've just had enough. So yeah, and I started speaking about the altars and everything, because we when we don't deal with that pain, it comes out everywhere. And uh, I know how I feel, but it's just that when you work with other people, you don't express it that much and that often. Besides, nobody's interested. They all come to work with you so that you can help them. And my problem was that even the people that I worked with were mainly not interested in helping me. They knew exactly who I was even before I knew that. And some of them were placed there to just keep me in loops, in repeating loops, in keeping me in repetitive patterns so that I don't come um, to the truth of what I need to do, to be distracted. It doesn't mean that I didn't bring in valuable things, but I kept being attacked because of those valuable things. I never once, except from some of my very grateful clients, I'm really grateful for my clients. I never once got a thank you, and some of you don't even know what I'm going through, because it's we don't speak about it because people think there's something wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with me. There's everything right with you. It's just that you are doing something and somebody's bothered with you doing it successfully. When I say successfully, I don't mean that I'm hugely, I have 500 people or not even 50 listening to my workshops and what I have to say, but it's because I don't want to lie to you, and I don't want to offer something that I cannot deliver. And I have never even once tried to manipulate anybody, because I have been manipulated a lot. So part of all those things of how I feel is because of that, and I'm really fed up of that. And I've really discovered that recently. Not all of them are like that, but some of people who recently I turned to. I thought I was led to them, but I was sort of misguided and misdirected because of some things that happened. Because I'm constantly being pushed and my buttons pulled because I was a part of all these programs that I'm telling you about. This is how I know many things of them, because I worked on me. I discovered it doesn't. So that's the part where I brought in valuable things and new information for you. But I know them. I only know them, and I can only recognize you because I have lived it and I have been through it. And when I sense somebody, it's unmistakable. I rarely react to people with aversion and antagonism. And I've had so far one or two people that I've reacted like this without even knowing them. And recently, there has been one person that I thought I'll never get to hear about in my life. Um, yeah, and there is a reason that I'm reacting like this. So when I say that, I'm being pushed and pulled to and manipulated to be distracted and to be mm, separated from people who are actually supporting me and helping me. And I'm being sent people who are misguiding and misdirecting me. And there is a reason to that, which I'll come to later. So, to come back to this, it doesn't mean that anything that I told you is not valid. My findings, that everything that I told you is through my own self and through my clients and my work. So I learned, like I said many times, through my own experiences. And this is why I don't tend to manipulate the people, because everything I'm telling you and everything I'm trying to help you with, I have experienced it myself. And as being an empath, somehow everything goes through me. I clear many things through me. Not that I want to, not that I accept it. Somehow it happens. And I hear many people wanting to come to that level of healing. I don't think that I'm healing anything. I'm repeating everything. I'm creating patterns and going through patterns, but it's even worse when you don't know that it is not yours. But what I've noticed is that even with people that have been sent to me to distract me deliberately or to extract information from me, we had something in the past. So it means that we are healing some bonds and connections and coming out of some repetitive patterns, which is what I ultimately want and what I ultimately want for everybody. Why all this? And why did I start with these black lightnings? Not only because of my abilities, I never thought I had any spiritual abilities or any powers, but that's just a game, because in this inverted reality, you're made to feel disempowered, powerless. While all along, yeah, as a soul, you have also many powers, but as of being a creator soul and of the lineage of the creator, well, they call it royal families, but I no, just star seeds, the families that have created planets, not only this one, the other ones. Um, there have been galactic wars, and we have been very much manipulated. And I spoke about it. I spoke very little, not as much as I knew and I discovered, because I wasn't always sure about these information. But later on, I found out that there are many people who are actually writing about it, and I never read anything of it. I'm just telling you my memory. I'm just telling you what I found out, because while working on myself, and that's why some things tend to hurt me a bit more than they should, because I recognize people and I remember a lot more than I'm sharing. And I'm no baby. I've been around for a while, and I've done things, and things were done to me, and I've experienced them, and now I've discovered exactly why some things have happened, and we have been lied to, we have been manipulated, and a lot of narratives that sometimes I have been supporting too are not true. Yes, they're okay, they're good, and we are creating as souls, we are creating, but there, when you go into the real history, into the galactic history, when you start to awaken into who you really are, and when you have as many clients as I do, who are, I mean, I know there are more people. I mean, I've had several, but there are people who had hundreds. I don't know if there were thousands, but I know about people who had hundreds, who are speaking them of the story of manipulation and satanic ritual abuse and abuses and energy theft and energy transfers and gift transfers. I mean, when one person tells you, yeah, you can think that there may be, I don't know, imagining things because they cannot accept something. Two, Yeah, maybe it's a coincidence. 3, yeah. But when you have more than 5, and it's not a coincidence anymore. Where there's a smoke, there's a fire. So there's something to it. Too many people are talking about those things, and I've had already too many clients who are telling me about those things. I mean, usually once you can spot it, it means you got it. So that's one thing. But the other thing is maybe they also come to me because I actually can recognize it in them and can offer proper help or transfer them to proper help, or at least look with them for ways to find the proper help, which has just happened recently with my latest. But when you are being manipulated enough yourself because you are breaking the chain of somebody's food supply, and when they're manipulating you through people you trust, then you begin to mistrust everything and everybody, and it becomes kind of difficult to function in this reality, being so paranoid. And yeah, this is an inverted reality. And how I know about those things and so many things, why I'm a fleet commander. And this is not, I mean, this is the first time I'm saying it, but it's not the first time I got this. And it's not, I'm not the only one who knows it. So, and this is why so many people come when I call them back, which I've realized. And this is why I am forewarned about some things. I never actually said anything like this before because I tried to keep it within the limits of my profession. But as I'm announcing now that how I do my profession will change. I don't know how at the moment. I will do my sessions because my sessions are successful and I'm helping people, which I saw. I'm open and available for individual sessions. From spring, I will be doing group sessions again, and I will focus more on light language, and I will do light language transmissions in some online sessions and video sessions, but not on YouTube, not like this. You will have to do it one-on-one because I'm going to be delivering codes. This is what I do. And I thought I mentioned the last time I won't be speaking like this in videos like this, like doing transmissions of light language. There is a reason for it. Lately I have been, many things that I consider sacred have been desecrated for me and attacked and manipulated through people I trust, which kind of really shocked me because light language is one of the most sacred things for me in existence, and twin flame relationship. Those are two things I would never, ever abuse. But my words, what I say in my transmissions here have been abused and stolen. I've been observing and witnessing energy transfer rituals, and I know exactly where they were going because I see the person, I saw it. Because I see where energy lines go, and actually the person appeared in reality. So, yeah, one can think that you're imagining it at some point, and I was really, really honestly researching it deeply, not on my own only. I have been confirmed this by several people. So, yeah, that some things just hit me stronger than that top lip balm. So that's one of the reasons, because I don't want my work to be compromised. I don't want what I offer you, because I offer you something pure and sacred, to me at least. I don't, like I said many times, I don't do this to show off. And my guide has confirmed it to me that I have to lay low a little bit, because I'm being attacked a lot. And I'm being attacked because I'm the fleet commander. The fleet is being attacked. The fleet, the ship. It's not one fleet. There are not one fleet. Like millions of fleets are out there. And it's not only one ship. The fleet is not consisted of one ship. But there are people who actually are not well-meaning, who are watching this and who are following this only because of the information that I give in here. They recognize me. They recognize me even before I recognize myself. And they have created havoc and difficulties in my life for the last 2 years. And I've been observing some of them for the last 4 years and some of them for 2 years. And I'm seeing some of those actors. They have been in my previous lives before. They're creating loops. Not them, but the company. The alien company that they're working for is creating loops for me in my past lives and making me repeat patterns with the exact same actors and leading me to the exact same actors and my twin flame also. All of the actors are in his life. Is literally surrounded by them because he hasn't cut cords with them from the past. And I have had stories of destruction and separation from my twin flame by these alien invaders that I have been already mentioning, who are working through conquer and divide techniques and manipulations in many different ways. And they've done it before in many lifetimes, where I haven't gone, wow, well, I don't think either, but there have been several lives where I have been betrayed by my family and by him too. And something started repeating, so I just I need to lay low a little bit with my videos because I need to stop basically giving them information beforehand of what I'm going to do. Because even when I don't say it, it can be read in my energy for those who know how. And yeah, that's one of the reasons. That's one of the main reasons. I have been feeling really unsafe. And especially in my previous apartment because of the portals. The building is built on a portal, and I have been deliberately led to that building to live in that building for the last 3 years because I was more approachable there, and they have been taking my energy and sending it to a clone on Earth and to a clone off Earth. When I spoke about clones, I spoke about it for a reason. And when I have been mentioning hybrid children, I have been mentioning it for a reason. And I said I don't want to open that Pandora's box because that's a huge manipulation with humanity. There are stories when you accepted something and agreed to do something, but most of us, from what I'm understanding from how it works, because of the invader races, we did not accept. They steal DNA, genetic codes, and they steal DNA material, and mostly they steal your womb cells. They don't create clones. The clones they create from your genetic material. They create hybrid children by mixing human and alien genetic material. I'm one of the hybrids, so that's how I know. And you come from a lineage too, when you can incarnate too. That's a different thing. but I'm talking about breeded, about the ones who are breeded. And about the Galactic Wars. The Galactic Wars, how I know about them, and people think that they are not real and they're not happening. There have been alien invasions from the invaders from other galaxies. They have, I don't know where exactly did they start, but I remember the invaders from on Mars. Mars. I have had 40 and back program, 20 and back program. I'm talking about secret space program, which is not a past life, and which is not a parallel life, which is a manipulation with the humanity again. And they're usually targeting creator lineages. And with everybody that I worked with abroad, everybody, literally everybody, maybe one or two didn't, but I'm sure they knew, asked me about my lineage. And I'm the one who did not know anything about my lineage. They know. They knew everything about who you are. And this is exactly where they come to. Some came to teach me and prepare me. Some came for other reasons. They're all part of the secret space program or working for them. I'm talking about alien companies. I'm talking about invader races, and it's huge trauma, and it can only work when you are fragmented, and not only your psyche, when your spirit is fragmented. I wanted to work initially on that, but the therapist I'm working with, she didn't want to do it because it's huge manipulation with me and huge pain, and she didn't want to add to my pain. I know she recognized me because I recognized her, because she looks like my mom. When I first saw her and watched her videos, I was like, look, gosh, that was my mom when she was young. So yeah, we know each other from many places, I think, but mostly from Orion. And I think she was my mom in Orion. I was the youngest daughter of the Orion Queen. And all of the manipulations and everything, look, all of a sudden I have smoke everywhere. I have been living in a chimney for the last couple of days, and I've even having, smoke, the dust from after smoke all over, everywhere, and in my nose. And it's basically, the issues with water and working with water are the Orion thing. And I'm water, and my main element is water, and my main focus of work is water. But that has not been with me for a long time, and that has been tampered with a lot. And I'm not even sure that that's a talent that I can get back, because too much fear is connected to that. But one of the other elements that I feel very good at, which is also my lineage thing and the Orion thing, and from other places also, is fire. I work with fire. That's my name, actually. I haven't been completely open when I said that I don't know what the symbol that I got for myself means. I know exactly, and this is how I know it's been abused and used by others, because it's not what they're thinking it is. And this is exactly, I first myself thought that like language cannot be, they can steal your codes, and usually you don't share your codes with anybody, because this code is you. You are consistent of this code. This is what makes you you, your soul. And there are other elements to it. I didn't receive the full part, which is good. but I haven't been allowed so far to actually say what it means. But I know what it means. I don't know how it's pronounced, but I know what it means, and I know what it does. And yeah, the ones who steal it, they steal it because it creates. They cannot create. They can only copy. But in order to create, they need the energy of the creator that goes with it, because they don't have the emanation that goes with it, which is pretty obvious because that means daughter of fire, and it cannot emanate something else. And yeah, that's been stolen from me. Now my language has been copied, and there are several people, but there's one woman for sure that I know of that is copying it, copying me. She's copying me. She's like a little copycat, but she's copying that. And or at least has been. And there have been energy transfers, but in my childhood and before, this is how they created clones on other places, by your essence and by your codes. So my codes were given to them by somebody I trusted. I don't know whether deliberately or not, but by naivety or whatever. But it's, yeah. And basically, this is how you lose your spark. This is your God code, your divinity, your sacredness. It means that means your sacredness is abused. And this is how part of me, part of him, became not so good. And this is also how part of me became not so good, but with the different things. And with me, that meant living in a perpetual turmoil. Because when you carry goddess energy, this is what I found out from clients. Right? I had a client who has a daughter who carries goddess energy, and we were researching why she constantly has entities attached to her. I think one of the reasons is those rituals that I've been mentioning. But the other is because you, with the goddess energy, you are a creator. And I'm not speaking about gender now. I'm speaking about the carrier of the energy. So when it's a goddess energy, when you were a high priest or a high priestess in the past of a goddess, of a prime creator or creatrix, prime creatrix, you enhance everything. So it enhances when it attaches to your energy. First, it becomes real, it manifests, you create it. They become alive through you, like many other things. But basically, I mean, they can even become physical through you without you even knowing. Hence, clones. But not only clones. Some are real on other levels, which are also bodies. It's just not physical ones. But then they're like, you enhance when you are a carrier of a creatrix energy. You enhance everything 3 to 5 times depending of the strength of the channel. So this is why all the manipulations, this is like the biggest game in history that they could create on us. So that you create for them. This is why they are targeting and attacking these lineages and these code carriers and boys or girls. And this is why in the childhood you could do some things and afterwards you cannot do them anymore, because either you were manipulated and giving permission for them to use it instead of you, or gave it to them because you didn't know how to use it, or you were told that there's something wrong with you because you're using it. Remember, this is an inverted reality. It's a matrix, but it's also an inverted matrix, and it's everything that I have been discovering requires a certain amount of strength and psychological maturity. And even I, with everything that I've done for myself and worked on and discovered so far, were unable to get out of bed at some points when I discovered something. There is no need for you to go through some things and to remember every detail that happened to you. However, for some of us who are helping others, there is sometimes a need to understand something, so we have a glimpses or flashes of something. And sometimes we are too deep into the game, so we have to understand what's happening with us. And we have to be faced with it, because otherwise we wouldn't believe it. And it's yeah, you wouldn't believe it. Nobody would believe it. Unless you're in the middle of it, you wouldn't believe it. So yeah, this is the main reason for me going a little bit low. And when I'm told that I can do it again or in a different way, or when I found out what is exactly that I need to offer now, I'll be doing them very often more. For now, I mean, doing them every week were started to drain me, really. And being attacked and having to defend myself on the astral plane all the time is really draining. Most of the times, I don't know what I'm doing. And, okay, it's my battery. Sorry, I thought it was on. And most of the times I don't remember, but I wake up being really drained. And I have something on my head that is reversing the flow of my energy. And from what I've discovered, it's like an octopus tendril, like an alien octopus tendril that's got, I don't know, well, there are several people who are working with this octopus that I've been already mentioning so far. So, as in what I'm being distracted to, it is not only this work that I'm doing. It is about codes. This is what I do. I code. It is about what I'm supposed to do, but I've been really manipulated not to be on that track. It is about, and I've been running around in circles now, not to say this, but the moment I came to it, I started feeling nauseous. It is about testifying about everything that I've just told you. Because like I told you, I know those people by name and surname and where they're from, most of them. They're not the main players. They are the main players whom I do not know, but they are known to the people that they should know who are dealing with that. Because there's a large group of people that I don't even know. I've never met in person who are dealing with it. And they are from the Federation. And we have been dealing with this for a really long time. And it's time. And I've been a little bit pushed to tell you this. So from the 17th, like in 2 days, you can expect energy surge, and there will be changes. And I'm not talking about certain events or what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen on individual planes, and I don't know what's going to happen on a collective plane. And I'm not talking about some external event. I'm talking about the energy surge. There will be portals from 17 February on. I don't know when. Will they end? Maybe I will be asked to share this information with you again. But you can expect a big energy surge on the 17th of February. We are in the midst of polarization. There are many dimensions and people are moving into dimensions. not physical, but in a way they are physical. But I'm talking about the main polarization now, which you have been probably feeling and experiencing. But it's going to enhance. It's going to enhance even more in the next couple of months, and things will come out. Things will start to come out. And some will be able to follow and rise with the energies, while others won't. And how that affects any person's individual soul and body and life, I don't know. I don't even know how it affects mine. And so far, I have had some pain that I worked on old pain, but so I don't know. Oh God, I wish it goes with ease and grace, and I wish this for everybody. So it nothing might happen. Everything goes with ease and grace. However, those who are unable to follow the energy influx will become aggressive. They might not be aggressive towards you physically or do anything physically, but they will be aggressive towards you in astral planes because they will need energy. It will be difficult for some beings to maintain their human bodies and human outlook and appearance. Not only outlook, but the image of themselves that they have presented to the world. So they might become aggressive, and they might become aggressive towards the ones who are carrying the change and carrying and bringing in the new. This is what I'm experiencing, and nothing has happened to me on the physical plane, and seemingly some other good things have happened. I have had many distractions and things thrown at me, and I've been speaking about it. So yeah, it's gonna enhance. So if you have worked on yourself, maybe you become invisible for those people. And nothing. But if you have, there's a whole lot of smoke in my room again. But if you have been, and if you entangled your life with theirs, that might become difficult. Yeah, you might be surprised, you might be disappointed, disillusioned. You might find people who are speaking about light, love, and heart, and speaking about love from the heart and going into the heart. They won't be turning, they will be speaking the same thing, but their energy won't be supporting what they're saying. And you might be feeling the octopus that I'm speaking about coming up from them. Or you might be noticing it in a different way, because you will start to understand that they're actually only extracting your energy in different ways, whether financially or by attention, or just wanting to be the center, creating themselves or being big of whatever they think they are. I don't know. I don't know. It's going to be different for everybody, obviously. But what I'm basically saying is that there will be changes, and we will feel them. We already are feeling them, and we will feel them in different ways. Their changes are good, and there are tribunals on higher planes. I know that there are tribunals, and the group, there are several groups that have been on trial. One of the groups that are beings, I'm talking about beings, I'm not talking about physical entities. Now, although some of them do have bodies, physical bodies, or are attached to some of those, the alien company and the beings are being on trial at the moment. How that affects reality, physical reality, I don't know. Will those trials happen in physical reality? I don't know. This is not my job. This is not where my line of work is. I do not give you information in terms of predictions, and I don't need I don't work there. I don't work here. I work there. So yeah, I just need to show up when it's. I'm not talking about a trial. It's a certain event, chain of events that other people are setting up, that me and other people who have been damaged by certain groups and events are going to be called to just confirm their identity, and basically we're going to find out what actually happened to us and why. Like I have been finding out a little bit, but that's not going to be different if it happens at all. I mean, I don't know. This is what I've been told, and that would be the best case scenario because it's justice. And yeah, but other things that will come in, like this is the scenario that's going to be happening in the next 2 years. After 2 years, within 2 years, there are other things that you and the others who are also there will be given something that is existing to, because it's rightfully theirs, so that they can share it with the world. But this is another story that I just am not allowed to share now. So that's a mission. That's my mission. Most of us who have been through these experiences, from what I'm seeing from my clients and from other people's clients that I've heard of, listened to, talked to, are some of the strongest people I've ever met, although they themselves don't see themselves like this, and very powerful people. And we wouldn't be able to carry out this mission if we didn't have it in us. If we didn't carry this power, we wouldn't be chosen for it, and we wouldn't accept it, because we need to step into the game to break it, to stop it, and to bring in change. And some of us will finally know who we really are. And I had recently a session like that. And I wouldn't be able to speak about this and do language transmission. This session was felt by many, I think. It was about a twin flame relation, not relation, but this client, what happened to her, but her twin, I think, felt this. Although it said in a session that it's not an incarnate being. I sincerely doubt it, because he was helping me when I was feeling really, really bit down and desperate, because we've had been relatives before, and I kept hearing him telling me, like, just code sister, yeah. So that's why I decided to give you another language transmission. And really, because I don't know whether this reaches out where it should, but I'm really grateful for that. We are one. Thank you. Thank you very much. And yeah, like I already said in one of my previous videos, that whenever I was trying, being in desperation, and there were attempts to disconnect me from people who were helping me and supporting me, I would be surrounded by a group of people that I knew were physical people who were actually helping me and sending me energy. And I don't have a clue who they are, because I've never met them physically. And I still haven't. I mean, maybe I might be recognizing some of them, but I cannot be sure who they are until they introduce themselves to me. And I'm really waiting for that day. And Yeah, was there anything else that I needed to tell you about those tribunals? I think by now they're done. The group that I'm talking about is the Orion group. That I have problems is the Orion group, but there are others. But those ones were the most, and the Aldebaran and the Orion groups were the most aggressive. There are many. I mean, many races. They're not consistent of only one. The company is not consistent of only one, but if I had to, the majority of them I know from those places. Mm. Yeah, I need to bring in the new. This is my mission. I don't know how this new is going to look like. I'm not the only one, of course. There's many of us. This is why we were able to. It's been hard, especially here, and it's been hard, especially lately. And it's really been hard when you're feeling disconnected and lonely from the others, although you are in a fleet commander, and there are others. There are other commanders. You're not the only one, and you know there are others, but you don't. You need to maintain your position. You need to maintain your mission, and you do what is necessary for the mission. So you cannot always be lovely and loving. As a fleet commander, you have to be a little fiery. And I have been always told that, not in a nice way, that I'm too fiery. And actually, when I was a child, I had problems with my hand, with my skin on my hands and my feet too. They would become red, as if I have an allergy, and they weren't scratched. They were just red, and like burning red. And then they would become dry, and I could peel skin from them, from my feet and hands. And doctors could not find a cause or a solution for that. And my only solution was to go to the seaside. And one of my teachers told me I have too much fire, or that I have to sit in the fire. I have to sit in the water. So why I'm saying this, it's I don't mind burning completely everything, including myself, so that everything is created new. Because with too many manipulations and entanglements, sometimes this is the only way. And we can rebuild ourselves anew if we actually honestly look through those things that are not serving us anymore. We are not clearing the waters anymore. We are burning everything that doesn't serve us anymore. We're burning it big times. And as one of the code keepers, the fire keepers, some of the things that I have sensed that I'm fighting tooth and nails was keeping up the flame. And that was the most important thing. Yeah, and as in an eternal flame that I'm speaking about, fire and water and one and the same, there are other elements, all of the elements are in it, because we are it. It's in us. It's our spark. It's our eternal flame. We are the eternal flame. But there are some of us who are the initial carriers of it. We have been working with it before, and we have been building with it before, and we need to build and rebuild again. It's a blue flame, and it, like I said once upon a time when I was younger, much younger, and when I was working with it, it would jump into into a fire, and the fire will become alive and everybody would breathe it. And this is how the spirit would come in us, the living flame, the life, spirit, soul, and it's our code. We don't do it in that way anymore because times are different, we are different, and many of us have forgotten how to use it, and many abuse it, and many want to abuse it, and all of the things that I've said. We don't just tell me now that we are we are not. There are souls created from souls, not from the original creators. There are beings created by souls and by beings, and then there are beings created by humans. There are organic beings and there are inorganic beings, but they have bodies in different places. But they are living creatures, just in a different suit, they're flame, but they're the ones who are not. So this is what's happening now. We are reclaiming ours. We are reclaiming our territories invaded by those. We are, at least some of us, coming from the inverted matrix, or at least we're trying to. There are many who will stay, who will choose to stay. There are also many who have forgotten, although it might seem that they haven't because they're helping others, but they became too entangled, or they might just like some of the things too much, or they're addicted too much. And they're choosing at the moment what they want to do. At moments, it felt, I'm speaking a long time already. At moments, it felt really as if I'm choosing whether I'm staying in this suit or not. And I think there are many of us doing the same exactly, whether we are bringing our suit with us or not. But I'm talking about the souls. So at the moment, and this is also what I've been asked to say, is that there are some who are unwilling to leave, to make a choice and to leave the game, and they're creating too much chaos. Them and the ones who were initial creator and creatresses and carriers of the codes and carriers of the light, carriers of the flame, who were too manipulated and considering, or too disappointed and considering to change sides, which has happened before in the past because they were too manipulated. So they gave up on something, or did something, doesn't really matter. In previous times, this is how the game went into this balance, into their direction, to the direction where they wanted. It's they switched sides. It became a little bit dark. This is not allowed anymore because the disbalance became too big. And as part of the fleet that keeps up the balance, where we are saying it's not allowed anymore. So you're not going to be allowed to stay. So basically you don't have a choice. You are choosing whether you're going to learn and in this reality, or you are going to go and learn in a different suit somewhere. I don't know who needed to hear this, but as long as I'm saying it, somebody needed to hear it. And there are the ones who switched sides a long time ago and don't want to give up on the game, and they created too much chaos and division with other people, and they have been on trials, and the trials have been deciding what's going to happen to them, whether they're going to go to the dimension they're going to go to learn, which is the proper way for them to continue learning, which dimension, whether in suit or not, and which place, or whether they're going to be recycled. And this is not up to me. I'm just, sharing what I felt. It's already a long time. I promised I'm going to speak less. But there's, somehow it turns out there's always a lot to say, and it's somehow a continuation on what I already said. So I'm going to do a little light language transmission for the new Earth codes. I'm going to open up the codes for them. I'm going to share your codes now. So basically, from now on, you will be able to get these transmissions from me if you ask it from me in person and online. But I'm not going to be sharing light language publicly unless I'm specifically told so. I don't know. I'm going to see how it goes. And when I feel a little bit more centered, when I feel rested, when I feel recovered, I will see how will I continue with reaching out towards you, which doesn't mean I'm not going to be. I will be doing sessions, and I'm surely inviting you to come for a session, because I'm sure with this surge of these new energies, many of you will need it. So sessions. I'm always up for sessions because I discover many new things through sessions too. I'm only speaking about this portion of my work, and maybe at some point it needs to change, because the thing is, when you connect to who you really are and your true core, your true self, the idea is that you remember yourself. You don't need intermediaries, but you will need therapy in the things that you remember anyways. So I'm here for that. There should be, I know for a while that there should be a school, but I'm not up for it yet, because there are other things that need to happen. Okay. Let me see. Can you see the angel a little bit more? This works. Okay, close your eyes. We're not going to go through the whole procedure. I was told to keep my eyes open. It's much easier for me to have my eyes closed where I'm doing this, but I was told that I should keep my eyes open while doing transmissions. And just go into your heart, the procedure. Go into the flower of your heart. Go into them divine flames, and burn the dross and everything away. And by the way, this was only me speaking, though I was not channeling anybody, but I will do that now. So now go into the small door into the pearl of your heart and stay there. Feel the divine energy entirely around you. We're not going anywhere, just stay there and you will be receiving the codes, your individual codes and your group codes now, so that you can connect with the ones who you are supposed to be creating in the future. easier so that you can recognize each other. I need to connect a little bit. And that one jumped out, Mother Mary. So she wants to speak now. Okay. And I receive your individual, your earth codes. Tunakate asa. Torakatsanate te datanate sanatea. Andarate natia kumata sadakata sato. Osara sananata keta saratea. Asanate nenea tasananata manate she. Asarata nakate siaka. Tiasana sataka sanasa. Shramayata siyato. Sanatanatea sanatea tete nakisanato. Suratoyotomaya satakatea sato. Receive your group codes of the group of the creators you belong to, and the individual and group missions that you're doing together and creating together, so that the proper way in which you're using it will be delivered and discovered to you in future days. Terasamata Eshkenatenayatana Seorato Esenayatomatiyasatamakiniyadusha Sumayatamanayaka Sirato Sikateseketekera Toshkuro Toshkuro Tokoshirata Katea Shirata Katea Kasa Suratomaya Sakatariasi Seweta Katishkutumika Mesanayatomania Sonakotomea Mesanayatemetekasatiato Mekeasea Huariasateke Surotonatea Suroto Enanamariatekesanatea Eshanate Siratakates. Stay together in love, stay with love. Because in this way you cannot be manipulated. You're only strong when you are with the others. And receive shields of the Mother Mary, Kali, or whatever you want to call her this moment, so that you can carry on with your individual and group missions. And I send it to Tanakesara Tokumea Satakitea Nayato Tea. And I send a Ketesia to Naketera Te Shenaketesia Kotanaya. Eskatana Taka Tukoshia. Samakatea kasea kata nishea kata kashena okara satakete tishikea tashea korasamakoatia katamakea esarata seate naikeni. Now let your individual codes, let the new earth codes be woven together with your individual codes and with your DNA, and receive them deeply with every cell of your body and every energy body and with every existence of wherever you are and wherever you reside and wherever you exist in eternity. Because all of you is carrying this change and bringing in the new. You, as you are, as your body, are just being integrated and back and anew into the all of you. Tumatakasatakanokora, tunakasanakea-kotokora, tokosatokora, Tiskatora tea tenea titishanamaya tokora tea sanakea takasana takatea sa netonea. And receive the group codes and weave them together with your individual codes and your new earth codes, and receive them with all the cells of your body, with all your energy bodies, with all of who you are, with all of your existence, because all of you create one of you, the one eternal you of wherever you are and wherever you reside. You are not separated. You have never been separated. It's a lie. It's a manipulation. And a lie you should have not ever allowed. Now come back to the center and to the original place you reside in. Come back to the harmony and balance of all of you that are one of you and the truth of who you are. Tumetakasana komayatana tia kashumaya toka. Tunakara takasayana kate. Onakatea kaya katona shomaya kata. Tunakayata kanaka. Okataya. Everything that is not love should be healed in a proper way, in a way that can be received by the part being healed. The wisdom that you need is to find the proper way of showing love. The way you show love shows a lot about you and of who you are. Receive the wisdom codes for you to always know a proper way to show love to the hurting part. Sumara tekea kumatia sako. Tukosananda makatea. Sumatea kotoya. Sinakete ketera tosoma. Sukuya sera katese tenea takatana yataki. Close the portals now in all of your bodies and in astral body, soul body, and in the oneness of your body, of who you are in eternity. Close the portals in time and space, or wherever they are, from where the invaders are coming in. Just close the portals now. Dealing with them comes later. Komayasa takamata tukoyoko. On komate sakatora desento koyosa. Enakata tia kawata. Seraka hara harara hara kara tuko. Line up. Line up. For you are called to enter into a new threshold. And receive the code. That is a key for carrying you there through the fiery door. Nakatea kama takasea katanakia. Harakatematea tama. Sukata. Kakanakatasata kapayata pasurakatesa takiata kusukataya takesiata kateniatanea. Turakanaya tushia kataketa kaka. You were there. And you are welcome. You are most welcome and long awaited. Kumayatona kan home. Hamayana kumana katea koma tunua ka titi nakaya. Sukana totumaya. Endeana kumana. Receive 1,000 angels standing by your side, carrying out your mission, carrying you through this important threshold. Nayates etenia simanana mate kumaya sinakatea kumate sinea anakatea askananaya kusananatia asate asanisate niseato se seakataya asananiato sumaniakata sonakate. My heart is your home. Somayatate tanasea. For I am the mother of all. Tusayatena titia katamati. Akata tushak. Samateketen. Welcome home. Now the transmission is closed. Walk back to the flames outside the pearl of your heart and close the doors. Walk back to the divine flames and let them weave this transmission into your DNA and into your cells of your body and all of your energies. Let them weave a tapestry, new dream, new tapestry, new story. Place this tapestry in the sacred place, your special place, your sacred place in your heart. Tungenatea komatea seteketea kasetea, and let it grow from there. Let it grow big and strong and katakatu katia kamaya tusunukuya tea katakatea tasi. Oyatanayata naketea kate. Say thank you to everybody who are helping you and assisting you in this transmission and in receiving. And leave the garden of your heart and come back to your body and feel your body, and you're feeling good and sweet all over, and you're fully present in your body. Thank you very much for your patience and everything you shared with me. And I did not expect this because the transmission looked differently in Serbian when I did it in Serbian. Thank you very much for your patience and everything you shared with me and put up with me, and see you in a new creation. Yeah, see you on the flip side. We will be working in a different way, maybe enhanced and advanced, a bit more advanced way, and hopefully without any interferences in the future. Because we will be in a new creation. Thank you very much for your patience and your attention. I really appreciate all of you. Not everybody did me good, but I appreciate you. Thank you.